how we doing? Welcome to your October 2024 Kabbalistic Tarot card reading. Let's get into it. Call upon thee, Iao, that thou wilt send Haru, the great angel, send over the operation of the secret wisdom to lay his invisible hands upon these consecrated cards of art, that thereby we may obtain knowledge of hidden things, that the glory of thy ineffable name, amen. Alright, Aries. If your sign, if you have Aries in your moon, your sun, your rising, your Venus, your whatever, you're welcome here. If you're a cross watcher, I don't get it, but if that's your thing, you're more than welcome here. Right on, definitely. This will be a Tree of Life spread, Thoth Tarot. So if you don't like Crowley and his art, well, not his art, Lady Frida Harris's art, yeah, fair warning. Hope you all have had a great summer and are looking forward to the fall, the upcoming. We're in Virgo season still, last days of the Eight of Discs. All right. I will lay the tree, plant the tree, whatever, and then I'll read it. Spirit, what does Aries need to know? Should they be made aware of? Should they look out for? How can we best help them out in the month of October 2024? Please and thank you kindly. All right, we got the Lovers at the bottom of the deck. Let's do this. Okay, all we have the Hermits, Virgo energy. Expand into wisdom. Had a feeling. Five of Wands, Lord of Strife. Cool consolidated form brings you to understanding the futility. Seven of Swords. Expand into the creative world where we have love and pleasure. Six of Cups. And we consolidate back into power with the Princess of Wands. And in the middle, where the truth lies, we have the Queen of Cups. We expand into the formative world where we have Mars and Aries, Two of Wands, Lord of Dominion. Cool consolidated form in the Wheel of Formation is represented by the Hierophant, Taurian energy. Your foundation is built upon the Ten of Wands, Sword of Oppression, Saturn and Sagittarius. What you manifest in October is the Six of Swords, Lord of Science. All right. Thank you, spirits. And thank you, Aries, for being here. Cheers. Tea is hot, and this tree is intriguing. Very interesting looking, right from the start. So here we go. In October, what's in your awareness, your pure consciousness? The all is the Hermit, Virgo energy. The Hermit is illumination from within, withdrawal from society, intelligence of will. He's yourself showing you yourself. It's a little meta, which is cool because, where we are is a little meta as well. Meta. Okay, you can just keep going and going. So yeah, the Hermit, it's got this light here, and he shows you yourself. He goes from the subjective experience into personal localized consciousness, from love to truth. So it's like looking into a mirror, but inside. If that makes sense. Which I know it doesn't totally, but that's kind of his deal. He's getting answers from within. He's learning, he's maturing, he's going down his own path, he's working on himself. He's a teacher, he's a student, or she. So I'd say you're working on yourself, you're doing some self-development in the month of October. Perhaps you are doing therapy, or perhaps you start meditating. Perhaps any kind of shadow work like that, I could see you beginning to do. And being very determined to see who you really are, to know your true self. Let's continue. You expand out into wisdom. Five of Wands, Lord of Strife. And the search for yourself is not going to be easy. Think of a brave rescue. Someone's in the wilderness and it's going to be hard to find them. It's the vibes I'm getting here with this. This is hot expansion in the world of emanation. So it's going to be difficult, but you're not going to really... What's difficult is not going to be what's in front of you. It's going to be technically what's above you and what's surrounding the situation, whatever it may be. So far, I see the situation being you. But yeah, this is uncomfortable meetings, just challenges of life, competition. It encourages risking something new and facing the competition. It's also tension, ego, conflict, thoroughly discussing controversial standpoints in order to meet best resolution. It's getting through it, right? The tough stuff. This is anything done. Wands are anything done. And fives are their power, but they're also severity. So your wisdom is telling you, okay, this is not easy. I'm going to do this, but this feels hard. And that's okay. Anything in life worth doing is not going to be easy. Now, cool consolidated form from that in the world of emanation is your understanding, Binah, ruled by Saturn, and in there you have the Seven of Swords, Lord of Futility. Moon in Aquarius. This is a card that it's going your own way. It's not listening to others' opinions and therefore having a lack of support. It's strategy, it's deceit. It's I'm going to do this my way, and I don't care about anything else. I'm going to do this my way. I'm going to do this my thinking, my way. And that's very Aries, I feel. You're very domineering, and your motto is I am. So you're all about the self. Not all about, but the self is really strong with you. Getting Krista Lee vibes. He's a comedian, also an Aries. Doesn't matter. So what you need to understand is the form that you are taking in the month of October is you just doing what you want, differentiating how you see fit. And there may be certain consequences. See all these swords here opposing you? That's kind of the energy of the card. End of the situation here I see. In the world of emanation, there's a lot of, I want to say antagonism. I want to say a word I can't think of, but you're up against it. You're up against it and you're fighting, and you're not being, let's say, flexible in your thinking. And futility being under Saturn, Saturn being what limitates, what gives endings, so that there is form. Maybe saying that you can only last so far, or can only go so far with that kind of attitude. So be careful, because you might not hurt yourself, but you might not get what you had. It's like being cocky and then being brought back down to earth, I feel, kind of thing. I guess you could call that falling. But yes, there's no big falls here. It's just be cautious. Exercise caution for sure, Aries. Okay? Let's enter the world of creation. This is where we start to put things together and get creative. High expansive force, your love, your subjective experience is the Six of Cups, Lord of Pleasure. And this is a sweet ass card. This is nostalgia. This is an attraction. This is satisfaction. This is excitement about the future. This is enjoying the moment, enjoying the dance of life, as it were. And it's nice. It's sweet. We have all these lamps here lit perfectly. There's a whole lot more probably to it, but it's just nice to look at. We have Sun and Scorpio. Sun is happiness and Scorpio is desire. So it's like satisfaction of desire. Wow, that actually works, and I've never done that before. Okay. All right. So yeah, and it's under Jupiter. Jupiter is your greater benefit. It wants to give you everything you want. It doesn't want to stop ever giving you what you want, but it also is a generator of faith and things like that. And this also can represent you working towards goals and starting to feel a change from them, and that change making you feel a certain way, which is feels good. It's pleasurable. And so the world of creation has a much different vibe than the world of emanation. In the world of emanation, you were looking for answers, you were fighting to find them, and as I said, you're not being flexible about it at all. And so far in the world of creation, you are feeling good and happy and in love and probably pretty energetic about it. What you up to? What you doing, Aries? What you doing? Okay. Cool consolidated form in the world of creation. Your power. Earth of Fire, the Princess of Wands. Princess of Wands, she is energetic, she is spontaneous, she encourages living in a stimulating and spontaneous way. She, of course, warns against theatrical and impulsive moodiness, right? She comes from a little place called Malkuth, which is the material world, and when you mix that with wands, you have movement of the body, as I said, impulsive, but you also get superficial, acting superficial, unreliable, brave. You see her right here. She's got no pants on, she don't care. She got a tiger in her hair, she don't care. She's moving, she's on the move. I said she's very brave, she's passionate, young, dynamic, impatient, impulsive. Under your power, or your world of power, ruled by Mars, which is the will to live, and adrenaline, and fighting, and all that kind of stuff, that kind of energy, kind of the opposite of Jupiter, in a way. I'd say you are following your impulses. I'm not giving any of them a second thought. Which is impulsive. I feel like I keep saying that word, impulsive. But that's what she is. She's also a primer. And I looked this word up. A primer is the coat you put on before an actual coat on a car. So she's kind of doing a thing before doing a thing, if that makes any sense. I see this as you, for sure. And the other thing about the princesses, they're in Malkuth, so they come off of foundation, Yesod, they come off the subconscious, perhaps of somebody else. So this could make you acting like this, feeling really good, running about town, celebrating. Feeling good about a relationship? Asking someone to marry you. There's a million different combinations here. And I won't do them all because we'll be here all day, but be aware of that. In your love, you're feeling good, happy, blessed, nice. It's nice. And then your power, where you're fighting and surviving and all this stuff, you're off to the races. But just kind of keep an eye on again, I don't see any falls here really, but there is a theme here on the pillar of form here of you crashing, a potential crash. As I said, there's no towers or anything like that, but you might want to be, again, cautious of your environment, just careful. Now, in Tiferet and Truth, where we have a balance of the two, right? With the nice Jupiter and the tough Mars, right? We have the actual truth, your point of view, ruled by the sun, and in there you have the Queen of Cups. She is water of water, and she understands people and their energies and their feelings, and she's very sensitive to them, and she reflects them back to other people. She's a pool, right? She's a pool. And she's very loving, and she's very healing, and she's very dreamy, and she's very nice, and she's my favorite court card. True story. I probably shouldn't say that. Shouldn't have favorites, but she is. I love her to death. You can't really see her unless you look really hard. And you kind of see her right there. Her being in your truth is very interesting to me, Aries. I don't know if she is you necessarily. She could be a love interest. Not necessarily romantically, but a love interest in any sense. Could be a teacher that is really inspiring to you. You have the Hierophant down here. It could definitely be that person. It could be a therapist that you started seeing, and you were really into that person who's bringing you a truth about yourself. All right? Mild expansion, Queen of Cups. What else about her? She's nurturing, she's, I said, healing, she's mothering, protective, psychic, kind. She's very imaginative, creative. Anyone you know like this, if any of these are ringing any bells, that's your person. That's your truth for the month of October. Queen of Cups. If any of these are ringing a bell as, oh, that's kind of how I'm feeling or acting in the month of October, even though it's not here yet, it's you. I don't see it as you, intuitively. That's very interesting. Okay, now we move into the world of formation. Yay! Now we start having ideas and schematics and structures, and things are taking form. The T1000 is rising. He's still liquid metal, but before you know it, he's gonna look like this, like a person. Okay. Love T2. Here we go. Thinking about getting it. Doesn't matter. We have in Nektak your victory, right? Expanding from the truth, expanding from the personal localized consciousness. I know I'm getting into all Kabbalah and stuff, and I'm getting better with that, but be patient. You have Mars and Aries, Two of Wands, Lord Dominion. You do a thing, that's it. Go home. But no, this is your victory. You do a thing, and it is nice. There's really not much else to this card. It is control, it is will, it is direction, it is inconsiderate aggressiveness, it is macho behavior, it is controlling relationships, courage, respect, relationship. I said controlling relationship, energy. Look at that card. See that card? Two Georges there coming together. Makes me think of yoga or even martial arts to an extent, because, you know, to do one thing, you have to relax another thing, and these two forces are just coming at each other, and it's just pushing forward. forging ahead, determined, spontaneous assertiveness. I'm doing this thing. Is ruled in Venus, relationships, values, and balance. Definitely see some kind of relationship going down here. Now, it might not be the most natural thing, most healthy thing, or maybe it is. Maybe it is, and you are just going for it. However, in your world of emanation, you are asking a whole lot of questions, and it's not easy. I say you're asking a lot of questions because you have the Hermit here, right? You're going through change, you're looking at what's inside, being very judgmental of yourself, probably of others, and then you break out and it's a wisdom, or this is a fight, and then an understanding, I've got to do this my way, because that's the only way. And then the world of creation, everything is just moving, feeling good, nice, and happy. And then in formation, you are going for it. Definitely getting relationship vibes here. I keep getting relationship vibes the more I do these readings. I guess a lot of people are in relationships, and that's great. If there's something else that you're doing that just is hard, but also feels really good, your victory is to move forward, is to go with it. Not at any cost, but to go with it. This is also the recognition of destructive processes as precondition for creative phases. You have to make an omelet. You have to break some eggs to make an omelet. In other words. Okay, I don't know which one was more confusing, but here we go. That's your desire, that's your victory. Now, cool consolidated form in the world of formation. Your splendor is the Hierophant. Very interesting. Very interesting, excuse me. These two would be very good friends. And these two are very good friends. These two are you. But I see this more as you and this as someone who is showing you you. Again, this is you showing you you, and this is the person showing you the way, I feel. Which is my motto, I feel. Because I'm a Cancer. Okay. The Hierophant is building a relationship, building trust in God, or whatever you want to call it. Any kind of connection to something bigger than yourself. It's the power of conviction, the strength of faith. It encourages doing something, encourages a search for meaning and doing something worthwhile. What it discourages is a dogmatic, know-it-all point of view or attitude. So doing something meaningful, but not being too much of a dick about it, right? And splendor is all about taking a step back from action, from will, from that victory kind of energy, and looking at stuff, right? Just kind of seeing it, maybe having some thoughts about it. And maybe you're seeing that you're growing, Aries. That you like the stuff that you're learning about yourself. Even if it's not inherently, I'll switch the cards up here. If it's not inherently easy, if your mind is very opposed to it, still, this is in your splendor. This is your Mercury, your thoughts, communication, your travel. You're digging it on this level. Even if it is a struggle to accept some things, you are into it. You are digging it, and you are liking what you see. And it makes you want to move. By the way, this is your rulership, because your rulership is Mars, and this is Mars. Your rulership basically says, hey, I have a say in this because I'm the planet that rules you. So I just point that out because you want to be extra careful for not exactly how you act, but maybe how you act, but just what it is you do. It took me a whole year to really understand the Princess of Wands, and she's great. But calming down, she's not so great at. And if she calms down, by someone telling her to calm down, and she doesn't want to calm down, she kind of just becomes kind of energy, and it's like everyone can see it, and everyone can see that she's just putting up a front, and she's awkward. So you want to keep going with it, but just be aware of it. That's what all of this is about. Just bringing awareness to you. And I'm very curious who this Hierophant is in your life. Really none of my business. But here we go. Move into the foundation of the tree. 10 of Wands. Saturn and Sagittarius. Saturn is the limiter, and Sagittarius is wanting to break free and travel and go and see. So, when you have that energy, you have being held back here, right? The two Georges that were here, right, in your victory, and your foundation are holding you back. This is gain, fortune, success, and the burden that comes with it. This is controlling internal tension by external efforts alone. A lot of external efforts with her. Okay. And this is the moon. This is your emotions, your needs, your feelings. This warns against displays of power and of suppressed aggression. It can be malice in some cases. And this is what the whole tree is built on. This also can be carrying a relationship and self-sacrifice. Sorry, I'm not supposed to touch my face, put my elbows on the table. What I see here for you in your foundation is you holding back on something. It's either from yourself or to another person. Yeah. And you may not know what it is yet, but you're looking for it. And you really want to find it, and it's not easy. But the journey's not so bad. And you take time out and look around, and you can see you're really learning some stuff. But there is something holding you back. Tens are too much of anything in tarot. So it's too much strength, too much burning passion, desire, all that stuff. Could also be problems with authority. But what I see here is you basically being a good boy or a girl. You're holding back. You might be doing a whole lot of things to avoid doing one thing. One thing, right? And that's where she comes in. You might be going to the batting cages or getting a whole bunch of golf balls so you don't have to talk to your loved one or something about something important, or they want to talk to you about something important, and so you're doing everything you can to avoid it. You do have pleasure in your love here. You could be having an affair. I hope not. I hope not. Wow. Okay. But yeah, that's your foundation, is oppression. Don't wear yourself out. And yeah, just be careful. Now, where you manifest, in the world of manifestation, here, right, the solid world, you have the Six of Swords, Lord of Science. This is progression. This is earned success. This is Mercury in Aquarius. This is good stuff. This is thinking about things in a different way, approaching things in a different way, moving on from something probably harmful. Yes, this is progress. This is promise of relief. Okay, we're getting out of here. We're doing this a different way. This is how it's going to go. Okay. This is what you manifest, a new way of thinking. This is what the Hermit will find for you. Or should I say, you will find in you a new way of approaching things. There's a lot of disharmony on this tree. There's a lot of disharmony on a lot of trees, but there's so many things here. There's difficulty and pleasure and fighting and holding back and this and that and healing, and it's like you have to do all this stuff. You have to experiment, do all these different things to figure out what the best thing is for you to do, what the true thing is for you to do, what you need most. What that is, I have absolutely no idea, but you do. As I said, root integration right here, right? Top of the tree, bottom, it will not be easy. But as I said, nothing worth doing in life is easy. So let's go through the tree one more time to give you a clearer picture. Previously on Aries. Aries goes inside. Aries shows Aries to Aries self. Right? In Aries wisdom, there's strife, there's competition, there's discomfort, there's hostility, there's fighting and battles and struggles. But Aries knows that this is what Aries needs to do to do. In Aries form, in Aries understanding, is that Aries needs to do the way Aries needs to see things the way Aries sees things. Aries needs to see things. Aries needs to see that Aries is seeing things only the way that Aries sees things. That was very hard to say, because that's the message here. You are seeing things just your way, and that could be problematic for you. Understand that, if you can. In your world of love, Aries, you are feeling good. You're feeling happy, excited to be alive, enjoying yourself, being very amused and satisfied with yourself, or another person, or a bunch of people. Okay. In your power, you can't be stopped. In your truth, you're experiencing healing, love, warmth, nurturing, a lot of feelings, which you may or may not be so comfortable with, for better or worse. In your victory, you did a thing, you're doing a thing, and you're not going to stop doing a thing. And that's great for you. And in your splendor, you're looking at things in a whole new way, in a spiritual light, maybe for the first time, maybe not for the first time. But it's nice. It's different. You're listening to that inner voice. Your foundation, you're doing too much of something, or you're holding yourself back, or both, right? Can be both. Too much of a thing, or holding back. What all of this creates, what all of this manifests, is you finding a good balance, a new way of looking at things, of moving forward, of helping others, of guiding others, perhaps. You will find a way. Through all this, you will find a way. All right, Aries? Please like the video if you liked the video. Please subscribe if you would like to see more in the future. And I will see you next month. Okay? Much love. Bye-bye.